What it do, bruh? Talk of the town, Nintendo, Doc Trey, still holding it down, still make the best games, and you know this, bro. It's the truth. You don't like it, you can have that seatbelt.
Okay, so it's sad that this even needs to be stated, but Zelda is not taxing the Nintendo Switch at all. Zelda is a Wii U port. Again, Zelda is a Wii U port. I keep seeing all these people, and even people that should know what the heck they're talking about, questioning the overall power of the Nintendo Switch based on how it runs Zelda. Based on how it runs a Wii U port. Oh, the Switch must not be powerful because it didn't even run Zelda at 1080p 60 frames per second. It's a port, and a quick one at that. So come to find out that the Nintendo Switch version of Zelda didn't even start development until last year. Turns out it is a quick port. The Switch version wasn't even in development for a year. It was in development for about 8 or 9 months. It's a quick port. Zelda, great launch title, amazing game. Should it be seen as what the Nintendo Switch can do? Absolutely not. Just like Twilight Princess shouldn't show you what the original Wii could do. It was a GameCube port. Now, a lot of you guys are going to say, oh, that's damage control, right? That's damage control. Damage control. Didn't I show you guys a couple years ago that when porting a game designed around a previous console with completely different architecture alone to a completely new system with a different architecture will already show you some problems, and that has nothing to do with the horsepower of the system. Naughty Dog themselves, one of the most talented development teams in the world, said that they had trouble getting Last of Us Remastered running at 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 4, all the way up to its release. They said that simply porting the PlayStation 3 code over to the PlayStation 4 with no optimization had the game running at 20 frames or 15 frames per second on PlayStation 4. Now, these are the dudes that mastered the cell processor, and they were having trouble getting that game running at 60 frames per second. And that port was started right after the release of the original game. And even though that game is 1080p 60 frames per second, who in their right mind uses Last of Us Remastered as the climax or the representation of what the PlayStation 4 is capable of? Nobody, right? Because that's retarded, right? Yet, people are doing this with Zelda for the Nintendo Switch. And Zelda on the Nintendo Switch isn't even classified as a remastered version. It came out the same time as the Wii U. But still, I bet a lot of people think I'm just making excuses. You're just damage controlling, Trey. Well, let's see what Zelda's developers actually had to say. Because they were at GDC. And let's see what they had to say exactly. Here, there's a developer for Nintendo who worked on Zelda, talking about the process of bringing Zelda to the Nintendo Switch from the Wii U. Let's see what they said. Results: same game code, engine, threading, assets, and shaders. Same game experience with no optimization. With no optimization. With no optimization. Added value, portability, increased quality in graphics and sound. So for those of you that don't understand what that means, he's pretty much telling you that they took the Wii U code and shifted it to the Nintendo Switch and didn't try to make the graphics better, didn't try to do any of that. They just simply ported the code over. And as an effect of that, because the Nintendo Switch is more powerful and has more RAM, it slightly increased the graphics and sound. They did not optimize this game for the Nintendo Switch. This game is not pushing the Nintendo Switch in any way. It was a straight port that happens to look and sound a little better because it's on a more powerful hardware. That's it. So for all you Nintendo Switch haters out there saying, nah, it can't even run Zelda, bit. Nigga, you're stupid, okay? It was a straight port. It's not taxing the system in any way. Again, same game experience with no optimization. Have that seat.